Well, hello there. I'm Feedback Gaming, and I play games in exceptionally different, exploitative ways. Now, if you've not already noticed, we're going through all the secret weapons in Hearts of Iron 4, Gata Damarong. And today we're going to be focusing on a defensive weapon, the Stronghold Network, a complex network of heavily fortified bunkers and strongpoints, built to withstand intense assaults and protect critical strategic locations from enemy incursions. Okay, I'm a bit of an offensive guy, so defense is not usually my thing, but let's give this a whirl to see how it is. Is it OP? Is it effective? Or is it something just to forget about? Definitely, as France, it is an opportunity to defend against the onslaught of the Germans in Hearts of Iron 4, which is a game about World War II. And France, you know what happens in World War II? Spoiler, it doesn't go well for them. So what's the requirement? First, under engineering, you need basic fortification. Unlocks the special project of the Stronghold Network. Okay, check one. Then you need a land warfare facility. Luckily, we start with one. That's France. And here we go. The Stronghold Network. It requires 2 breakthroughs. 2. That can be tricky to get before the beginning of World War II. So what we'll do is we will build one in a few tactical regions. One here and another one here. I'm building them in regions where there's a supply depot so they get the maximum amount of supply. And then we build the infrastructure in these regions. Aiming for the ones that have got the maximum state infrastructure, like the green or blue ones, and also aiming for the ones that have got resources, so you can multiply the resources by building the infrastructure. Min-maxing to perfection. And then the rest, well, you pretty much know that. Group up all the units, group up all the navies, and we're going to form the Popular Front. Very popular. Much winning. Assign the scientists. They're all practically the same. They're all level 2. Research, we have to get their industry going, very essential. But to top that off as well, it's also good to go with some land warfare tech. I believe at the start of the game, we've got all of it, apart from interwar artillery and anti-tank. So we'll get that first to get those extra breakthroughs. Air Force, got a few planes, so move those over. I think there's a few in the Far East. No, there's not. I was wrong. Okay, little exploit time. Click on missions, which is here. You see this? Executes missions in day or night. Click it to execute them all in the day. And then what you can do is train them for an indefinite amount of time to gain lots of air XP. And that will cause the minimum amount of accidents. Accidents are very, very common for air wings in training. You don't want that to happen because you're going to lose precious planes that are very expensive. You also do the same with our Navy as well. Go here, exercise in the day. Production-wise, supply. You need these 2 trains and trucks for firepower in the air, soft attack and anti-air. Support equipment is for engineers. That's right, we're doing engineers. We're going to be defending. And then the ships, we just build the ones that are most partially constructed and then make convoys. And then all the excess convoys, we're going to sell those on the market. Everything sold. Yes, there should be a hotkey for this, I know. And sell them at a high price. Everyone wants to buy, but I don't want to click that button, so I'll just click auto accept. Buy, buy, buy. And this will give us a massive influx of construction bonus, which we're going to use for this. In this case, building our land warfare facility. And if you scroll down, you can see here, construction bonus. Actually, the construction bonus is not actually showing. Okay, so it's not actually added on yet. Oh, there we go. There we go. Extra from economic surplus bonus 22.68. There you go. Yes, it's very difficult to calculate. It just says the game will give you a bonus for construction by selling things on the market. No, it does not give you a percentage. It just says a number. If you have a maximum number of economic surplus, you can see right here, it will give you a boost of 25% construction bonus if you have the maximum number of points. It does say here, up to the very maximum of 27%. Yes, this is a lot of numbers, but you can see there, maximum construction line speed bonus 27% if you have the maximum number of economic surplus bonus. Okay, first thing we're going to do is going to ban the leagues, because every time you do one of these, it says protest descent into violence. We don't want violence, so in that case, get rid of the violence. One thing also we're going to need is improve our plane. So find the basic plane, which is this one. Then we're going to add on the big machine gun. That's going to cost 2 XP. We'll just do that first. Make sure we've got one whole line of those. Okay, a bunch of this equipment is not selling, so we put the price low. We want to make sure we get rid of those light tanks, because otherwise they're going to become out of date and then they'll just be pointless anyway. As the time progresses in-game, less and less people are going to want to buy your equipment because it becomes out of date. Communists in government? Oh, perfect. That's what we want. Communist influence? Perfect. That's what we want. Congrats, you banned the league. Let's invite communist ministers. Now we are 55% communists. So we're getting there. Gonna go for the anti-tank. Once again, this is just for the sole purpose. We want to unlock more breakthrough points towards land warfare. So we can have 2 breakthroughs and then start working on our special weapon, which is the Stronghold Network. New special facility is complete. Add the scientist on, and we're getting extra breakthrough progress. Believe the optimal amount is 3, and then after the 4th one, you start getting diminishing returns on breakthroughs. So I believe after 4, you don't actually gain anything extra. Improve the plane some more. This is all XP we've gained from exercising our planes. That looks pretty good. Can we add on turrets? Yes, we can. That's the ideal plane for the start of the game. The main reason we did that is to upgrade it later on. And then when it auto upgrades to the latest model, it will carry over these upgrades that we've carried over. So it was a good idea to make special facilities, experimental facilities at the start of the game, because there's no penalty construction. If you can see here with your factories, you've got big penalties due to the fact you're on toaster economy. Women's suffrage, very important because it gives a big boost to political power. Usually something the France struggles with, but not today. Okay, we got our first breakthrough, but we need 2. So we need to wait for the next one. Soon. Wow, economic surplus. We now have 6,000 of that. 7,000. It just keeps going up. So remember, you can only spend a maximum amount per day to gain the maximum 27% construction bonus, which you can imagine is pretty big. After that, the rest of the points are banked, and therefore you can spend on other things. In this case, it's going to be infrastructure. All right, let's get our first plane, an actual proper plane. Women's suffrage. All right, next up, we're going to do legal equality. What you're aiming for is 45% for the Communist Party. We are currently at 45%. Wow, how convenient. I guess we can force the issue, end disjointed government super early, and then actually be in a fighting state against Germany. Okay, we have a third facility. As you can see, the first one gains 0.10% breakthrough per day. The next one gains 0.5% breakthrough per day. And then the third facility gains 0.2. And I believe the 4th one gains 0.01. And then the 5th one gives you nothing. So just be aware of that, hence the diminishing returns. I think personally 3 is the sweet spot. Anyway, force the issue. You now are going to have a proper government. For the first time in French history. Damn. Sick burn, Dave. Sick burn. Okay. Now you built the infrastructure up. Now you can build the mills off the back of it. So aim for the regions that you've built up your infrastructure. Here, and here. Remember, there's no construction penalty at the start of the game on toaster economy for infrastructure, so build your infrastructure, then build your mills off the back of that with a 100% construction bonus. Then you're stacking that as well with your economic surplus, giving a 20%, 27% construction bonus. Wow. Only issue now is we're on toaster economy, so we need to get off that immediately. And to get off that, we need more war support. Okay, the most OP path is the next French Revolution, which is this right path. You can basically start another French Revolution where you go on a warpath around Europe and, I guess, defeat Britain, I guess, at the end. And some of the bonuses are insane. 25% core defense territory bonus. Absolutely insane. Actually so strong that it kind of breaks the game. Then you have the ability to do operations. They're called revolutions. And this one at the bottom, you gain more defense on core territory. Another 10%. It's just, the side is so broken. The only downside is this will cause a civil war. You may not defeat your enemy politically, you have to defeat them on the battlefield. And just because it's opposite day, we're going to go for the left path and gain some stability. Alternatively, what you can do is click war support and look for war support on the focus tree. And yep, there is no war support. There is 2. Actually, no, there's just 1. Nope, no, I was wrong. There's just 1. Okay. What we could do alternatively is send an attaché to Spain. Yep, attaché on its way. Now we've got an extra 10 war support. We can go for early mob. It's not a big step. We prefer partial, but we have to make do with what we've got. Getting a 20% construction bonus is better than the 40%. You gotta make do with what you got, right? Anyway, we've got rid of disjointed government. We have a shite economy and also issues with the victors of the Great War. So alternatively, you can go down this path and fix your economy. Alternatively, a research slot on the left, and then down here to fix your army issues. I love how simple the focus tree is for the French. Isn't it great? Like each individual tree path fixes some issue that you have in your country. I suppose the only bit that's lacking flavor is the air focus and naval focuses. But no, honestly, hand on heart, I actually really like this focus tree. I feel like it really gets the point across what you need to do. And there's no fluff. Every focus has a purpose, a plan, an objective. Okay, let's exercise the boys to level 3. A new plane. Build it. I don't like the icon though. Let's go for this one. Plane miles. We're going to go ones that give the bonus to agility and max speed first. And then we go for the production ones next. Quality is definitely better than quantity. Oh, we haven't got the air XP. Okay, I guess we're not doing that. there is a certain point you don't want to be exercising your planes anymore because it will just cost you too much in the long run. So I would not recommend that. Early mobilization. We only have a 10% penalty now for building factories, where before it was 30, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 30. You got to make do with what you've got. That's the earliest you can mobilize as France down this specific communist path, unless you go for the revolution path, I suppose. There are some interesting things down this path. If you get on the right side here, you've got the option to build max compliance into Germany really quickly, which is just insane. Down the left path, you've got like unlimited manpower and research. But this path is definitely less interesting than this path. All right, let us fix our army. Okay, we can do partial mobilization. On hindsight, it would have been better maybe just to wait a little bit longer. Just turns out the world tension in the east has made a massive difference. Oh, we can actually send volunteers. Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. Also, we can send volunteers to Spain too. Problem is we've not got a lot of bombers. Let's have a look. Yeah, we don't have that many. Hey, something is better than no. Oak's better than no. Begin, rearmament, and then defensive focus. We need this one immediately because it gives the most ticking army XP, plus also defense with a decent number of defense too, not just a tiny sprinkle, an actual decent amount. Okay, we're getting air XP now. And could we send some air wings over to China? How many could we send? Every plan starts with the first step, and this is going to be it. First air wing. Oh, well, there you go. Actually doing something. Can't complain. Getting a little bit of air XP from that. Because the build we're doing is so unbelievably simple, it's kind of hard not to what to produce, you know, because, well, at this point, we don't need any more air anymore. We've maxed that out. We've kind of done with the artillery for now. This defensive build is going to be more effective than you'd imagine. We do ourselves some ground support. Let's give us some ticking air XP, then we can improve the plane. Protest about the attaché we've sent to regular Spain. Quite frankly, Mr. Spain, I do not give a damn. Little bit of fuel needs to import to keep the planes up. Defensive focus is now complete. Okay, do we do the stacking? Yes, we do. So, army defense. And then we're going to go down the fortification focuses to gain 3 forts. Now, there's a bit of an exploit coming up. However, I won't be taking advantage of it in this video. So, a bunch of these focuses will fire events that will give 3 forts. That's awesome. And forts cost more the more you build on a specific region. So for instance, if you build 1 here, that costs you a flat rate of practically nothing, but 2 is going to cost you significantly more. And the more high you go in one province, the more cost it will be. To the level you reach the point of the Maginot line at level 10, and you've got insane defense. What thing you can do is this focus will give +2 forts throughout the entirety of the Alpine region, this one. So every one that's bordering Italy will give +2 forts, which is really good. But if you build these forts up already higher, you can basically get the higher level forts for free. Also, just to make doubly sure, we're going to build a supply depot here to get maximum supply. Because you see this bit's red? That's right, on the French side, there's bad supplies. It's almost like Paradox has set up France to fail. I wonder why. All right, we've reached the point now that we've got so many mills, I don't think we're going to need any more. So I'm going to delete off the excess, finish the ones that are almost partially done. Then we'll build a bunch of civs off the back of that in the regions that have got the max infrastructure. We'll need lots of civs because we're going to need lots of industry to build up land forts, which cost civilian factories. All right, big infantry with anti-air on. We could have the anti-air layer. Nah, we'll do it all now. Then we transfer that over, and it's give you an idea of what equipment that we need the most of. And if you hop into your logistics here, you can just see what you're behind on. So 422 days for anti-air, 600 days for infantry equipment, support equipment, 700 days. Okay, we are really behind on quite a few things here. So double the AA, and then the rest will just flow into guns naturally, right? Worker conditions. Yep, stability is always a problem for France, so take care of that. Always important. Always divert bomber production to cover the cost, because the reducing consumer goods is so big for your economy. That gained us 2 civilian factories. That's a big deal. Okay, I'm also going to devalue the franc as well, because that will also give us more consumer goods as well. So once again, gives us extra construction, which we desperately need. Okay, check your research. And we got the 2 breakthroughs. Oh, so close. 99, 99. There we go. All right, so we're going to go for the stronghold network. Check the one that's got the biggest construction bonus. In this case, it's either one of these 2. In this case, we'll go for you and start it. This is going to take approximately 487 days. Maybe a lot quicker depending on events that fire off the back of it, those iterations. Okay, radio 1 and 2 are very important given reinforce rate. When you're on the defensive, reinforce rate makes a massive difference for you to defend and effectively pull divisions from your reserve into the front line. Makes a big difference. Quite effective on the offensive too, so it works both ways. And if you've got that reinforced edge over your opponent, then it makes a big difference for defending or attacking. It's usually something you not normally care that much about, but Now you can stack radio deeper and deeper, as you can get radio 3 now if you do rush it. All right, branch. Independent spirit giving ticking air XP. Do with a little bit more air mission efficiency, so we'll head up and going for centralized control next. I like manpower. Lots of manpower. And this gives ticking manpower. The unlimited manpower glitch for communism. Yes, that is possible, and it is a thing. The earlier you get it, the more manpower you get. Fortification focus, giving a construction bonus for fortifications. Yes, the fort focus for this is going to be a big deal because seem to be focusing on forts. Fort seems to be the meme of this video. All right, first off, the stronghold network. What would you like to do? As the project advances, the lead scientist must decide how involved he will be in day-to-day operations. He can choose to oversee construction directly on the field, ensure precise execution, or remain in office focusing on strategy and planning. One thing I didn't actually check is when this completes, whether it actually builds it automatically in the region that I've chosen. I don't actually know it because it works the same way with radar and nuclear facilities. I wonder if it does the same for this. If that was the case, it would have been better to place it on the front line somewhere, yeah. Oversee construction gives 5% progress, and office planning gives more breakthrough. No, we don't need that. There you go, an extra 5%. So we're now 370 days away from completion. We're getting there. This is such a small thing, but this makes a massive difference in the long run for Japan. Losing just a few planes over time, having less air dominance over China, will severely hamper their ability to win this war. All right, let's exercise our boys to level 3. Fortification focus, followed by outline forts. Damn, supply depots are incredibly expensive. 20,000. It's the same cost of one of these facilities. The Munich conference. Okay, alpine forts. Pop. There you go. So +2 forts for each region. So if you wanted to, you could be cheeky and let's say build forts in this region. Probably it's a bit difficult now because this has already been partially built, but I don't know, something like that. Then you build those up, level 2, and then I could probably get time to build a level 2 before the event expires. And there you go. Now you've got way more bang for your buck because look, it's built the forts up in these regions significantly higher. So therefore, you've got more value out of that event because of the increased cost of forts. Anyway, extend the Maginot line. Should make the Belgian people very happy. Joke. It won't. Joke. Belgians can never be happy. Ha! Okay. Financial expert. Also a good idea to try and build up your AA in these regions too. So it's something to queue up. It makes a big difference overall to denying cast damage from the Germans. Okay, radio improved is done. And we're going to go for a little bit extra engineering, which gives extra entrenchment plus extra defense on forts. Ah, and I'm going to be using forts, aren't I? The initial attack by the Germans is going to be pretty strong. They'll have maximum equipment so they can take losses. Plus, they'll have like 1,000 casts. If you can get through that full wave of 1,000 casts and reach the point where they're hitting the front lines and not breaking you, you've already won the war. Holding France is easier than you think. You just need to take out that air. Okay, firepower. We're going to go for the heavy machine guns. I'm not going to bother with the self-sealing, even though France is actually good for self-sealing because you've got a decent amount of rubber. But I'm just going to focus on pure firepower. Extend the Maginot line. So same thing again. Going to extend the Maginot around the border. Where does Germany usually attack? It's usually like these forts here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's these 3. It's always these 3. So we'll build these up right now. I'll just show you the little exploit. Why not? Boom. 3, 2, 1. And the event clicks itself away and automatically selects the top option. And now you got some higher level forts in this region. Nice. Boom. The stronghold network. Okay, so we have an option here. A breakthrough in concrete reinforcement. One of the junior engineers has covered a new reinforcement method that could be applied to standard fortifications. Documenting it now would give our scientists, the engineers, an edge in future research. Apply that, which gives a bonus to construction, or using the current development, gain an extra 10% instead of 5%. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And now it's 52 days away. So we will get it before World War II, which is awesome. All right, the armies, let's split them up. 1, 2, and 3, and then 4. And then we'll make sure we've got full armies. Will we defend Africa? Probably not. And then we probably could do with another army as well. At least 4 armies. So in this case, we'll have another 22 of these divisions to be trained. Fortunately, we're low on manpower. Boo. Now we'll focus on dispersed industry just for the based amount of production output. Go for centralized control now for the more air coverage. Oh, we could send another air wing over. Oh, it'd be so annoying if I sent a bomber over, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We've got another year into the war. Just less than. We've got 79 of these tactical bombers left, so let's use them. And we've arrived. The stronghold network is complete. Did it actually build it in that region? No, it didn't. So this is the only one that doesn't build it automatically. Oh, that really sucks. Anyway, stronghold network. An extensive defensive system of massive bunkers and strongly fortified positions designed to repel enemy advances and secure key strategic areas. Gives local supplies plus 10%, which is actually pretty decent. Enemy divisions have plus 10 attrition in that region. Even when they own it? I presume it flips the other way if they own the state, I would imagine. Gives 10% construction speed for forts. Interesting. Increases fort maximum level by plus 2. And plus 2 coastal forts and construction too. So some of these aren't very good. Oh no. Some of these are not very good. Oh, it's really sad that you don't get one for free. Because that would be like a really cool strategy to build. You'd build it on the front line, wouldn't it? Like what all the others. I think that might be an oversight by the devs. Okay, we've run out of building slots here too. I guess these are 2 states that need it the most. So it'd be like, yeah, we have actually run out of building slots, so we can't actually build one. Oh no. I guess what we could do is delete a mill. That really hurt. That hurt so bad. I guess what I could do, I can't convert it because it won't open a building slot, will it? Okay, we need to send an attaché to China because otherwise we're going to lose our partial mobilization. Building relations with China is very difficult because we have a colony inside of them and they don't like that. You have to build relations for a little bit longer. Just going to have to wait. Heavy machine guns is here. Extra mile improvement. Big MGs have arrived. To pulse, we can actually put a more heavier turret on there as well. Anything else we can add on? A radio. Reduces the night penalty. Do you know what? Oh no, that'll put it overweight. Never mind. Okay, I tried. At 16 of 16. Maximum weight to actually take off. Anyway, attaché. Do you want it? 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 There we go. Once you send the attaché, stop boosting relations because that means you're losing your manpower. All right, what do we do now? The army reform, which allows us to actually do our doctrines. Okay, let's build a spy network too. Get some spies into Germany, which reduces their planning bonus massively. Okay, extensive conscription. It has to be done. Unfortunately, just fire this event, which you lose factory output. So now you're suffering from a big 30% factory penalty. That's really brutal, that. Ow, wow, wow, yeah. All those stacking penalties really hurt France. All right, we've got the option now to do some of the special weapons. So we could, if we wanted to, do the military engineering vehicles. Why not? We can go for an armored engineer, just for something a bit different. Okay, and then we go for localized training centers. Also, reconnaissance is pretty good on the defensive as well. Is this something I want to invest into? Don't have the support equipment yet, so it might not be possible. Anyway, regardless, let's add all these armies on to a field marshal. I'm going to select our best defensive guy. In this case, it's going to be you, because he's got good attack and defense, well-rounded. I'll have you on this front line. Then everyone else will be on this front line, and then we'll break off a handful of divisions for the Maginot as well. Hopefully splitting one army between here and here. Yes, I do not care about Corsica. Yes, I do not care about North Africa. I don't care, because this is going to be a defensive round. We're going to hold France for as long as possible by not stacking lots of air. Because basically, if you want to hold France, by the way, an easy run of holding France, you just stack lots of cast and lots of fighters in this region, and you'll do just fine. Okay, so we've got our very first stronghold network. It's here. Oh, we can actually see it on the map. Ooh, big boy. Okay, which is giving us more supply, I presume. Does it look like there's a bit more supply here? Supply modified by 10% from stronghold network. This is hard to factor in how effective this actually is. Yeah, this is really difficult to factor in. I guess we could try build a fort up here for 2 more levels, I guess. All right, now we're going to do military theorist. Then we're going to do meticulous preparation, which gives a chance for planning and logistics. We're going to do an unusual build, boys. And then, of course, logistics focus. And then why not do a bit of doctrines, right? Way more doctrines than France would have at the start of the war. So that's okay. Localized training centers. And now we can get ourselves a double agent in Germany. Someone who doesn't want to be German anymore. We're in a popular position at the moment. No, seriously, I love Germany. Okay, let's fix our absolutely dreadful industry. So you can either go down this path to fix the full employment, or this path to fix, well, your labor laws. Is it labor laws? Insufficient economy. All right, we're going to do both. Today is going to be both day. Okay, let's get 5 upgrades so we can get a +1 spy. I forget that we're communists, so we can go for extensive and war economy early. First dude, going to be you. Next dude is going to be you. Might want to go for the defensive guys. Yeah, you'll do. And then you are going to be the mountain guy. Where is it? There is one guy who's got a mountain trait. There he is. Mountain boy sits in mountains. Makes sense, right? Yeah, makes sense. All right, you guys are on the front here. Yeah, I know based on playing this game so much, I know where the AI likes to attack. And for some reason, this one is their favorite one to attack. But now it's got supply. And also it's got more forts here. So there you go. Oh, I suppose I can build a stronghold network here. Is it modified by infrastructure? It is. Oh, okay. Okay. That's something I didn't expect. Okay, we don't need trucks and trains anymore. We've got so many of them. And we've got so much on the market as well. So we're going to focus everything on guns right now. Interrogation techniques, then army department. Also, we could improve our forts by +1 as well. Oh, hang on, that did something else as well. Oh, what was that? Bunker emplacement for a tank module. That's the land cruiser. There's like loads of land cruiser modules like sprinkled throughout the entirety of the research tiers. Okay, what's more important? I guess it would be fixing the efficient economy. Inefficient economy. It's not efficient, it's inefficient. All right, another front line. And they go here. We don't need that many divisions on the front line for the Maginot. One division across the front will be enough. A little bit more for the Alps. However, it's still a strong hard point to break through. Also, boosting the infrastructure here is going to be a good idea. Remember, stacking the infrastructure is going to allow you to build the stronghold network quicker. And it's also going to allow you to build the forts quicker. So it's like all these stack on top of each other. One after another, one after another, after another. Germany's declared war on Estonia. Estonia has joined the Allies. Of all the nations to declare war on. Oh, and then Latvia. So what's happened right now is I've gone communist and we've got historical turned on. So Germany's now doing an alternative route. I believe last time I played this, Germany asked Poland for Slovakia for Danzig, which doesn't usually happen. So this is a definitely more wonky path than I'm familiar with. Okay, let's build a stronghold network here. And let's build one here. Once again, they are unbelievably expensive for what little they give. I can imagine a multiplayer situation. This is like super cool because I imagine you could build one maybe in Malaya. Yeah, actually in Singapore, the region, the state of Singapore in game. And that would be like a super hard point for multiplayer. I can imagine the multiplayer community would be very, very upset about stronghold networks because there are, I don't know, hard points to dig into. It just feels like a little bit, I don't know, turtling strategies are usually frowned upon, aren't they? Camping in FPSs. You get the idea. Right, the declared war on Belgium. And we're going to get another spy. Can I get another double agent? No, I can't. Okay, another spy. And can't see what focus they're doing because we've not got enough intelligence. Okay, we're going to stop exercising now. Everyone's not level 1 anymore. No more greenies. I realize this front line is way too long. Just need to be covering the Maginot. There we go. Move everyone over. Very important that we dig in here and build entrenchment up as high as it can go. Realize too that our air force over here is pointless. Let's bring it back home. Also, can we upgrade planes now? But can we deploy planes? Yes, we can. Let's do that now. Okay, let's max out that. Germany's declared war on Denmark. So again, we don't have enough intelligence on them right now to know what they're going to do next. Let's get another spy. Elusive gentleman. Now we can do motorized priority, giving us massive amounts of supply throughout the entirety of the country. One thing to be aware of too, if you want to stack your construction bonuses, also if you go into construction engineering, continuous focus, no, you forgot these probably even existed. There's a 20% land fort construction bonus there, which is the next one I'm going to do anyway. Germany's declared war on Finland. Interesting. Finland is now in the Allies, and therefore the United Kingdom's declared war on the Soviet Union. Oh no! This is the worst timeline. You know, one day we're going to get an AI, okay? A super smart AI in Hoi 4 that'll be able to be like, maybe declaring on the Soviet Union would not be the right thing to do when I've got my hands full with Germany. Maybe they would be smart enough to know and know what to do. But not today. Okay, continuous focus, construction engineering, and then build the infrastructure. Okay, this one's finished now, so we can build forts up to maximum here, right? And now with all the construction bonus stacked, look at all the green. 10% fortification bonus, 20% construction engineering, continuous focus, stronghold network plus 10%, export focus 10%, and a further 30% for all the construction techs. We could go free trade and get another 5%. Is it really for 5%? Is it really worth it? Probably not, no. Anyway, artillery and passive bonus for AA. We still haven't got enough intelligence on them to actually know what they're doing. Could we get... Oh, we already have civilian economy. It's not going to make any more difference. Military engineering vehicles. Bit of a weird one, but why not? Why not, right? Why not? Tungsten from Portugal. What I can do now is go for an armored engineer. Where's that? It's under support companies and it's here. The armored engineer company. All these numbers mean nothing unless I can compare it to a regular engineer, which I will do when the research is done. Okay, do they have a war goal on us? No, they don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exercise my boys to level 3 in the meantime. Spy has been captured. That's not good. Also, in the meantime, I did say that I was going to add a recon, didn't I? Recon has been shown to be effective on the defensive to have that extra reconnaissance bonus, so we'll do that. We've got enough support equipment to be able to do that, so why not? I've never seen forts built so quickly. So now we can get level 9 forts. And that means if we get the final tech, which is this one, or which is doable now, it's not ahead of time, we can get maginot level forts anywhere, which makes them feel really special. Because in the past, you could just build those anywhere before, couldn't you? Now it kind of feels like, oh, they actually have some kind of interesting purpose to them. Anyway, I'm not going to build the max levels out because I feel like that's way too much. It's overkill for forts. And the fact that Germany's not declared war on me right now obviously gives me a massive advantage. I feel a little bit uncomfortable how ahead I am. Would you like flamethrowers? Yes, I would. Realized too that I probably could benefit from some air tech. Do we build one of those here? Yeah, why not? All right, we've got a few now. We've got one here. We've got one here. We have one here. And now we have one here too. With all the stacking bonuses, I could probably build up to level 4 at lightning speed. So I'll just do that. But if it's less than level 4, we're building it up. Yeah, once again, with all the stacking bonuses, we can build these at lightning speed. This is the ultimate turtle strategy. I'm playing the Terrans in StarCraft, boys. We're digging in. Siege tanks everywhere. Bunkers everywhere. Dig in. So the idea is we build an aero base here. An aerodynamics and avionics facility. I think that's such a tongue twister. I avoid saying it. Anyway, we build it here. Then we build a radar. It'll have a radar here. And then it'll have more air detection. We'll be able to shoot down their bombers and fighters more effectively, which will give us more obvious air defense. This is basically the ultimate defensive stacking strategy. This wasn't the plan of this video, guys, but it's just turned out like the way it is, you know? So we're here now. Okay. Maybe we could sell some things on the market here to make a bit of money. Guns is always a win. Everyone always wants to buy guns. And we'll sell all the old planes as well. Why not? Straight away, the Soviets buy offers. Fair enough. There is a big downside to this. It's a bit of a dev oversight. We'll come back to this. If you build a fort up to level 10, let's say, or 9, or whatever, and the enemy takes it from you, the Germans, they gain that defensive bonus immediately. Now, there should be some kind of cooldown baked in that you can't just steal the defensive factor of forts immediately, especially if the forts are all facing one direction. What good would they be if they were facing towards Germany and you were counterattack against them? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, in the game, if you lose a fort, the enemy will gain the full defensive power of that fort. So it can be quite painful to counterattack against your own forts. In other news, we now have a armored engineer company, which is this one. So we lose some defense, we gain a little bit of breakthrough, we gain a little bit of a heart attack, and a little bit of entrenchment. Entrenchment's the big one. We gain some armor, and we gain extra entrenchment, and plus we gain a bunch of terrain traits. Surprisingly, we lose some defense in certain territories, but then we gain movement speed and attack in certain ones as well. This is interesting because it's not as black and white as this is an improved version. I'm a little bit concerned about losing the defense over rivers. Everything else seems like a definite improvement. Let's go for that. So, Germany. I was about to say, when are you declare war on France? And then declare war on the Soviet Union. You're ruining my video. So it's interesting because now all the cast that they were going to use to invade France, they're going to use against the Soviet Union. So we're going to have a pretty powerful Barbarossa. And even with the amount of land that they've taken, and they're doing it 1 year ahead of time, this actually might be a really powerful Germany. Got a radar specialist, so he's going to research some radar. The other problem is it gives me lots and lots of opportunity to prepare for this. Now I can build max AA. Now I can build max forts. I've just spotted that these go up to level 9, these two, and these ones. But these go up to level 10. Why? Hover over it. Improved fort. Basic fortifications. Improved forts. Okay. Can't explain why, but for some reason, these are showing up to a maximum level 9, but these are up to a maximum level 10. Oh, it must be the terrain. Oh, I forget. The terrain makes a difference. So if certain regions have already got certain terrain types that are already pretty defensive anyway, the game prevents you from building the forts up higher in those regions. I presume it's the same for the Alps. It is, yeah. That makes sense. It's kind of a balancing thing as well. At the end of the day, you don't want to make your forts too powerful, do you? Paradox realized we've gone too far. Maybe we should not allow them to build level 10 forts on mountains. Yes, that probably would be a bad idea. Just researched the flamethrower tank. And I realized to myself, like, why am I flamethrowing? That's kind of an offensive thing, not a defensive thing. I've just realized too that Germany's just declared war on China. Games are weird. So our entrenchment now is a maximum of 47%. Due to the enemy intel network, we're losing 0.6%. So they've actually got quite a big spy network in us. I wonder if that's a new thing by the AI. I've never noticed them focus so much on putting spies in us. Which is a good thing because that gives them more offensive capabilities. Allows us to break our front lines more easily and quickly. Germany like double up in its wars, you know. We've got a front line a year ago. Greece. Also the Soviet Union. Once again, AI being like, well, I'll just open up another front line, and then another one, and then another one. The AI has no concept of too far. As soon as this has become a bit of a observation game and not a literal play the game, I thought I'd just observe. So in this circumstance, let's have a look how the Soviet Union's doing. So let's click on wars. Current wars. Germany-Soviet war. Okay, so they've 27% towards capitulation. They've lost about 1 million manpower, just shy of that. Germans have lost 500,000. So, I don't know, there's some pretty big losses on both sides here. However, the push towards Moscow is looking pretty good. However, winter is kicking in. Ooh, what could happen here? So if you do think about it, if you build up your fort tech to the max level, you can still build forts up to the maximum amount you used to by stacking the stronghold fortress and all the tech. So if I go for that now, I can still build level 10 forts inside of the Alps if I wanted to. You just look here and you can see the font for Germany keeps changing and twitching. It's like, well, I think they're conquering something. I think they're expanding their borders. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Is it going to change again? You see at the corner of your eye, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I think there's some development on the German borders. I wonder what it could be. Well, making forts now feels a bit silly. Suppose now we fix our country's issues. No lie, this is the most powerful push I've ever seen for Germany. This is absolutely insane. Yeah, I know, I make this joke a million times, but like, yeah, I got to complete doctrines when I'm not even at war. I never touched a war. I don't even know what a war is like. I don't know the horrors of war. What is even a war? You know what's a little bit confusing is the Stronghold Network has like an anti-air gun in it, but doesn't actually offer any anti-air support. They've recycled an asset. Why would they do that? You know, I'm very doubtful of the effectiveness of armored support vehicles because they're just incredibly expensive to make. Now you need support companies and armored support equipment. I don't know, guys. I've got this a little bit sussy feeling. I feel like that armored support companies aren't really effective for the entirety of the army. I guess it's just for like a small handful of troops that maybe are equipped for a certain battle kind, I suppose. This is turning into probably the most anticlimactic video ever. We have a D-Day into the lowlands. Germany counterattacking. Are they winning? Doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, in the east. Whoa! Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. Impressive. Maybe. But the AI usually fails at this point. Very historical. Okay, well, I'm going to change a plan right now. This video is not going the way I expected. Okay, Japan has declared war on me. So we actually have an actual war now. I don't know what we can do with this, though. Oh, offer to join the Allies. Okay, I've got to change a plan. I'm justifying on Britain. Let's do this. Oh, look at all these non-aggression packs. What difference would this actually make? I don't even know. But they do want a non-aggression pack. What I'll do is I'll get a non-aggression pack with everyone and access from everyone. But I'm going to declare on Britain. I'm actually kind of curious to see what's going to happen. All right, an extra army. You know what the purpose of this army is, don't you? You already know. That's right. This army's purpose is solely to defend the coastline. Okay, justification on Britain is done. Now we're at war with the Allies. And I'm going to justify on Italy now as well. This is going to go full chaos mode. The Chinese faction would like to invite us to join it. This is so stupid. You know, this is an technically historical game turned off, but with it turned on. Anyway, doctrines. Oh, I completed them. I thought I completed them, but it was close. Close, but not quite yet there. Air warfare, air cruise, and we'll do the classic left path for the air control. So I wonder if the non-aggression packs actually worked. No, all the allies declared on me. That is how much value that paper had. Absolutely none. Okay, declare war on Italy. Oh, and the Italians are pushing into us. And that was the most briefest offensive ever seen. Probe that front line and immediately give up. There we go. Red. All right, we are making Fortress France, okay? That was the plan. That's what it's exactly turned into. This is so stupid. I'm having fun. All right, is anyone bombing us? Yep, a little bit of action in northern France. That's cool. Oh, they're probing the front line. Here we go. The first action. And the damage they're dealing is 1 soft attack. 1.6. Look at those penalties. Fort, terrain, night. Yes, probe. The alternate maginot. Okay, it's looking like the point where we just covered the entire nation in anti-air. Yes. Oh, that's it. Britain is pushing. doing this kind of like vibratey strategy, twitchy strategy. Oh! Now there's two front war situations kicked off. The Allied offensive has stalled, and they decide to push into us over and over and over again, hoping to break our front line. Doesn't seem to be a very effective strategy, though. Whoa, 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 whoa! Naval invasion, 12 divisions? No lie, that's actually kind of impressive. But they've landed in a place that doesn't have a port, and therefore you are now. Okay, synthetic oil and fuel essential to keep the economy going. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're invited to a three-way and you're the awkward one in the middle. Man, this is the most amazing push by Germany in the Eastern Front, and then instant U-turn. Okay, that's my doctrines done. Then I get to do mountaineers, because then I get to take advantage of rangers, which is better than horse. Yeah, we'll do that when we've got the XP. Ah, wow, okay, so we've got an extra entrenchment possibility by going for ambusher. Go for my infantry specialist as well. It starts the great defense of France. More defense. Unwielding defender. Plus 10% defense. Plus logistics wizard. Bit of a no-brainer. You know what else is good for defense? Mechanized. Well, we've got the XP anyway. Everything weird has happened on this game. We have China at war with the Axis. We have the Soviets at war with the Allies. I'd really like it if they made some kind of proper substantial attack into my front line here. They probe just a tiny little bit and do absolutely nothing. Anyway, logistics. Okay, we exercise on the front line now, and they won't take the bait. Now we're forming an autarky of mainland France by growing our own rubber trees and processing our own oil. And we don't even need the tungsten because we just get that from Portugal via land route. Fully self-sufficient. Hello, how the French mech just looks like a tractor. Ah, from truck to tractor. Actually, tell a lie, that last one actually looks more like a military vehicle. What else is good for defense? Mechanize. If you look at a single mechanize, if you replace it, in this case, 2 mechs. So what we could do is move that one over and put this one here, and it's the same price. And then I'll show you the cost difference. So, infantry have 42% less defense, less breakthrough. Hardness is huge. Less soft attack, massive amount of hardness, hard attack difference. Infantry have a little bit better on supply and suppression and org. As you can see at the bottom, infantry are better for different terrain types as well. But overall, mechanized are better for defensive for the hardness and the defense. What? Defense is good for defense? Whoa! My mind has been blown. Meanwhile, Germany update. Not looking too good. Alright, mech 3. Proper mech damage. Also, make it cheaper. Vertical integration, really good for if you've not got issues accessing resources. And yeah, in that circumstance now, my rubber issues are a lot better. Autarky has almost been assured. Need more refineries. The fall of the Reich. I like this little island of Hungary. That's cute. This is probably the 4th or 5th time that Britain's done this naval invasion. It's cute. Stop it. Stop. Repelled. Autarky has been achieved. Ignore the tungsten. But I've achieved it. God, how much steel do you get in the homeland and aluminium? The economy can go on forever and ever and ever. Whoa! Now this is a big naval invasion. I'm actually impressed when the AI does this. So it's easily repelled. Just land a few divisions. And off you go. Damn, the AI's got a lot of planes. Okay, well, I've got to be prepared then. And they're back into the sea. I'll tell you one thing. This just shows defense in this game is possible, and you can dig in deeper than you've ever digged in before. Defense has now been thoroughly buffed. And now with max port tech, you could dig in all the way to max everything out again. So level 10 Maginot across the entire front. Okay, I think I've had a change of heart. The defense has to end eventually. When defense becomes offense. That's right. Replace Armored Engineer Company with Armored Assault Engineer Company. And then the Ranger with the Recon Speed Ranger, because we want speed. And the Artillery with the Medium Flame Tank. Having a peace conference with the enemy right now, as you do. Oh, the Axis is dead. Now we have the Comintern versus the Allies. Can I join the faction? He will not let me join. However, we do have a focus for that. Loyalty to Moscow. Improve relations. Access. Meanwhile, in East Asia, Japan doing really well into India. Not so much on the home islands. The Soviet Union welcomes us into the Comintern. Oh, not looking good. Too good for Japan. Once again, rainbow-colored China, Japan at the minute. Usually a sign of bad things for them. The defense has become an offense. Americans rip. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I got this front line too. All right, you know what? Everyone just go. Front line. for everyone. Max planning bonus. Off you go. Wonder if Italy will have another civil war. I don't know. We're in 1947, boys. Anything could happen. And yeah, anything could happen. And the front lines are pretty much naked. All right, go aggressive. Push into the fronts. I think the Soviets have well and truly pulverized the front lines so much that there's not a lot left of the Allies here. Plus, I've been creating this huge thorn in their backside by holding the front line for many, many, many times. All right, there goes Italy. Will Germany hold out as much as it did last time? Fighting to the very last troop? No, it won't. Not this time. Is this the peace conference? American, Japan, China, and 2 Chinas, 3 Chinas, 4 Chinas. This is cursed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to include Manchu as well. Oh, it's the same leader ruling the same country. Nice. Okay, this build I've gone for is all about planning. So, as you can see, our generals have leveled up more towards planning, like 5 for him. Could do with thorough planner as well. When we unlock that next, I'll go for that. Plus, I've gone down the path of the left side, which is max planning. Which, at the end of the day, planning is just free damage, you know, because it doesn't actually cost you anything. Okay, max planning push. This is the capabilities of max planning. How much planning bonus we got here? Oh, look at these stats! 700 soft attack. Hard attack 300, 1,000 breakthrough. And the planning bonus is 97%. Okay, front line not so stable anymore. Push through Denmark, push through Normandy, and the Soviets are getting pushed back. How is this even possible? I'll never know. And then we push them back into the ocean. I feel like a deja vu from the past, you know? Back again. We're here doing this again. After the capitulation of the Soviet Union, we are now the leader of the Soviet Union. What? How did they capitulate so easily? And that means it's the world versus us. Okay. This looks like a challenge. I'll take that challenge. This video was all about defense, right? Well, we're going back to our roots. Fallback lines, withdraw back to France. The ultimate defense of France is coming. Look at the compliance in Germany is so high. It's from this focus here. Host the German exiles. The boldness, the compliance is so high. Okay, we've settled back to our natural borders. Well, kind of natural. I like the mountains better than the plains in the Pyrenees. Navy, it's seen better days. Yeah, I've definitely seen better days. Air Force is taking a breather. We realize our resources are a bit messed up at the minute. We don't have any more production for armored support vehicles because they require tungsten, and that is something that we don't naturally have in France. Lots of rubber though. Natural rubber in France. Makes sense, right? So that circumstance, what I'm going to have to do is remove the armored support vehicle and then go back to regular engineers. Assault engineers require less vehicles than engineers that are armored. Okay, so we can't revert back to the big engineer. So it means we're going to have to substitute artillery for anti-air, because anti-air does not require tungsten. Naturally late game, we have the Swiss joining the Allies. Hang on a minute. Who isn't in the Allies? Just a bit in South America, Ethiopia, this weird thing. The South is not looking as strong as it used to. So we're going to have to back out of that. And that means use a bit of Air Force. Okay, that's the one thing the Allies have got a lot of. So much air. Can't do jet engines because it requires tungsten. Activate austerity measures. Can I upgrade my mech? Extra armor or engines? That destroys my reliability. It's weird that you can't design your own mechanized. Come on, Paradox. Been so long. Let's have an armored car, mechanized, motorized designer. We deserve it. They always want to punch into that spot right there. I don't know what's interesting about that spot, but they love it. Ooh, and look how many planes they're losing. This is just based on anti-air and radar. They're hitting a lot of them. This technologies make a big difference. I didn't show it, but this is a naval tech. Improves static AA damage and chance. Plus you get this final upgrade here, which is loads of soft attack. It's weird being fully embargoed, but still be able to produce loads of planes. I've always said it. I've said it many, many a times, but I think the synthetic refineries are a little bit too OP. Oh dear, the Air Force is not looking very good. Let's have a look at the trades. Air defense that's hurting us. How do we get more air defense? Guess we just whack on some armor, I guess. It looks like the Air Force is not going to be able to save us. The Northern Far East. An island in the Arctic. I didn't even know I still even had that. Just double check. What do I actually own? No, they've taken everything back. All the islands. That is the final one. Hang on a minute. The Soviet Union hold that. Oh, they're actually holding it. With their one military factory. Producing guns in the Arctic. So what's the fort situation look like? this. The only areas we can't max the forts are like here. So what we'd have to do is delete a mill, and then build another strong network. And then we can increase the fort count to the maximum of 10. And we have a naval invasion. Trying to grab a bit of Calais, but without access to a port, it's a bit difficult. 10 divisions are trying to land with 1,000 defense. Late game defense is insane. We've got any defensive tactics that we could select. Defensive, elastic defense. There's also overwhelming firepower. Yeah, I'll do elastic defense. I always forget that you can actually set a general or a field marshal up with a preferred tactic. With the officer corps increases the chance by 50%, then 25% for the field marshal, and then a 25% for all the generals. So now increases the chance of that tactic getting selected. Okay, let's clear these guys out. Lack of air support here is going to be painful, but I think we can slowly break through to grab a port back. And incursion in the north too. In fact, I have to just break off my mechs off the front line. Worries me a little bit because that means we're losing our entrenchment, and our entrenchment is our biggest strength at the moment. Yeah, the air power is absolutely decimating us. Ooh, this could be the incursion that breaks this front. Got to be very careful here. What's the best thing to do here is probably switch out this to an anti-air motorized battalion. We're lacking trucks, so that means we're gonna have to turn this to fully mech. Will that be enough trucks now? Yeah, it will. Okay. Low on trains because we're getting logistical strikes. In that case, we're gonna have to make armored trains to defend. They've got the extra armor to defend as well as air attack to hopefully shoot down a few of their planes. Okay, this is the plan. Don't like to do this, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to downgrade just for a little short while and go for some horse. This will ease some of our supply problems. Actually, that's a little bit too much. Okay, we can probably do a little bit more horse. The secret is to hover over this button and it tells you if you've got enough equipment to do that. In this case, it says that's doable. Okay, we'll just hold out with a little bit of surplus. How's the bombing going? Dreadful. Okay, I think we have to give up on the cast game now. The cast is just not working. Another draft dodging. And we're actually losing more trains than we're making. So we're going to actually run into a supply problem. What's this like? Losing 4% attack, 10%. Oh, that's the Americans. But we're not actually showing a supply problem, even though it's showing red here. Hang on a second. Is this a glitch? I could have a regular engineer and also an armored engineer at the same time. That can't be right. Shit, I can't afford it though because I'm missing the equipment. Oh well. Fill up the remaining building slots and that's it. We've fully maxed out France. Meanwhile, supply situation not looking too good. The only issue we've got is lack of trains. I don't want to move all my production onto trains. Feels like such a waste. Gotta be done. Producing 1 train per day now. Hold! Agents are all locked up. Free him. Hello again. Back into the ocean you go. Keep punching into here and every now and then it shows red as if they're about to break it. Ooh, it just looks like they are going to break it by the looks of things. Yeah, so go here. There we go. They keep pounding one division. They eventually will break one. Just that one little gap in the front line is going to make a massive difference. Okay, can we bring back the mechs? Over here. We're lacking mechanized. Need 4,000. Okay. I think this is the first time in the entirety of Hearts of Iron 4 I'm actually going to build coastal forts. Yeah, I think this is the very first time. Stronghold networks are complete now, so we can max the forts out on the Pyrenees. Getting battered and punched 3 or 4 times per day. Doing a decent job of holding. Naval invasion is the most scary though. It is the 1950s. Don't see this very often in Hearts of Iron 4, do you? Okay, we're going full anti-air now. More anti-air that we stack, the less cast power that they have. And we have been nuked. Casualties, we've lost 2.5 million, about the same from USA and UK. Meanwhile, America's lost almost 9 million. Almost 8.5 million for the UK. The never-ending push. The Congo would like to sell us uranium. I accept. Sweden wants to join our faction, the Communism. The United Kingdom's declared war on them. Why? I don't know. I think it's because it's in their focus tree. Well, you've got a little bit of ideology that isn't blue. War. The Axle jet engine. That took a while to research because I was lacking tungsten. Now we can get the modern small airframe. Kaboom. I don't know why they keep bombing this location, but they've flattened it. I think they've like 3 nukes have landed here now. Counterattack encirclement successful. And then I look at the intelligence like, wow, planning bonus late game is not very good. Okay, I think we might have to change our strat here. In that case, I think we might have to change doctrines to infiltration. That was easy. Planning bonus is free attack, but if they've got a full spy network inside of us, then it's not going to make any difference anyway. The supersonic jets! It has lots of cannons. An insane amount of air attack. Armor, self-sealing. The range is pretty pathetic. Maybe we've gone too far. This'll do. Oh, no. It requires chromium. No supersonic jet, unfortunately. How does it compare, though? Compared to supersonic jet, it has more air defense, more air attack, slightly less agility. I think it's because I've put so many cannons on it. Double the speed. That's insane. Okay. Maybe another day. Where do we build the airports? Everywhere. Okay. It's been another 10 years. Well, roughly 10 years. 1959. And I am actually kind of bored of every time they push through the front line. And I have to keep pushing the back. And they have absolutely decimated me with nukes. There are certain states that they like to nuke more than others. Like they've nuked Center a few times. And Paris a few times. Normandy too here. And the south a few times. Yeah, we've been nuked to death now. I am done. I also have air-to-surface missiles. Never had those before. And are they doing a good job? I don't actually really know. Anyway, regardless, I have fatigued with this playthrough. Let's look at the casualties. So I lost 4 million. I had to go all adult serb at the end. United Kingdom lost almost 12 million. We'll say 11.5. And then almost 13.5 for the United States. Anyway, due to the constant pushback and the draft dodging that's happened a billion times, France has formally surrendered. And it is an unconditional surrender. Even though we're armed with nukes. Have we got nukes? We have one single nuke. Actually, no, one reactor, but we don't actually have any nuclear bombs. Listen, we fought hard. We were brave. We did our absolute best. But unfortunately, we have to call it a day. Boom! We're done. All right, Belgium's been taking big chunks of land out of France because that makes perfect sense. This non-core territory is definitely rightfully part of Belgium, right? And also Alsace-Lorraine too. How did this peace conference end up this way where Belgium's expanded but no one else has? It's bizarre. And the Soviet Union, have they been eaten? No, the Russian Federation still exists. A democratic Russian Federation. Nice. As always, guys, if you are a member of my channel, click on the join button and you'll be able to get access to videos earlier than usual. And if your name is on screen right now, you are part of the early access crew. I love you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.